Hey everyone, welcome back to Reading with Tatiana. Today I'm reviewing Finally Read and Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5. My Booktuber Shout today goes out to Banana Book Mom because she recommended this book to me a long time ago. I will almost say a year ago, and it was on hold at my library, and then I finally got it. But then I rented too many books, and I didn't have a chance to read it. So I finally got to read it. So thank you for the recommendation, Bandana Book Mom. I'll link her channel down below. I love her content. I've been following her my whole booktube time here, and she makes great reviews, great videos. She wears different bandanas all the time, and she's just a great, positive person to follow on Booktube. And as always, before I go into my full book review, I also appreciate if you're watching this video to please hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you have read this book or any other Agatha Christie's book, I'd love to hear down below your thoughts or your recommendations. This is a oldie but a goodie. It was published in 1939, and the genre is, if you're familiar with Agatha Christie's work, is a murder mystery. So a bit about the author, Agatha Christie. This isn't the first Agatha Christie book I've read, so if you've seen my other video that I posted I think back in December for Hercule Poirot's Christmas, I've kind of shared the same kind of facts, so you can skip ahead. So Agatha Christie, she's a very prolific murder mystery, I would say almost like the trailblazer for murder mystery genre. She died at the age of 85, and she was born and died in the UK. She was alive from the years 1890 to 1976, and she has, like I said, she's a very prolific writer in this genre. She's written 66 detective novels. She has 14 short story collections, and within her detective novels, she kind of like two characters that she kind of rotates between sometimes, Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. So I think it's really cool that she has a male and a female detective. Her novel, And Then There Were None, is one of the top selling books of all time. And if you read any of her books, you can see that, as I said, she's a trailblazer for so many other movies, TV shows, books that you've probably consumed in your lifetime as the blueprint of how a murder mystery should be written. A bit about the story and the premise of the book, no spoilers, is this is a classic murder mystery. So basically we have 10 characters, and the book very quickly talks about each of them as individuals, their background, who they are, and how they all got an invite to Soldier Island. And Soldier Island is kind of seen as this mysterious place and kind of like very exclusive. So these 10 people are invited by someone that they think they know, or maybe they're not sure how they know, but they're too enticed by this invitation to Soldier Island. When they get to the island, there is a classic nursery rhyme called 10 Little Indians, where it starts with there were 10 little Indians, and then one of them, something happened to them. Then there were 9, and something happened to them. Then there was 8. So basically, this is kind of like foreshadowing of what's going to happen to these 10 people on this island, and that's kind of how the murder mystery starts. So common themes in this book I found was, as I mentioned, the 10 Little Indians nursery rhyme. That is kind of like, it was a very good book because I'm not ruining the book. I mean, there were 10 little Indians in the nursery rhyme. There were 10 characters on this island, and the title of this book is called And Then There Were None. So I really like how a common theme in this book was that the nursery rhyme kind of tells you what's going to happen, yet as they happen, it's still a surprise and kind of a twist. So I really enjoyed that. And another common theme is, without spoiling the actual book or the motive of why this murder mystery is happening, is the idea of what is justice and who gets to decide what justice is and have the power to, I guess, impose justice on individuals. Because, in our society, we have the police, we have the court, we have jury, we have judges, but ultimately, is it just them who decides it, and who decides that they are the people that get to impose justice? So I thought that was very interesting for such a short novel. What I didn't like about the book is it was a bit shorter. I know Agatha Christie is kind of known for having short, quick reads, but even though she does do a backstory of each character, I kind of wanted more backstory of each character. So that was my only dislike and why I gave it a 4. But reasons why I also enjoyed it, which is kind of like opposing what I just said, is even though it was such a short book, I felt it was a fully fleshed out murder mystery. I think that's why Agatha Christie is so prolific. You can say so many things in so little pages, and I thought she did a really good job. And as I mentioned earlier about the author is when you read her books, you can really see that she's the blueprint for so many other things that I've consumed in my life in the 90s and 2000s. On Goodreads, this book got an average of 4.28 out of 5. I think it's very accurate. People thought, reasons why people thought it was bad is they thought it was very predictable. But the only reason why people thought that was because this book was written so long ago, and there's since then you probably consumed so much media that there's like callbacks to this type of blueprint. So I think that's why. Some people also did not enjoy the reveal of who the murderer was. Reasons why people enjoyed it, or I think people are fans of Agatha Christie. It's an iconic book. Like, I don't know, it's just a good read. I think you should read this book if you are a fan of murder mystery and who done it books. Now I'll share how this book made me feel, because if you ask me a week, a year, 5 years from now, I probably won't remember exactly the details of everything that happened in the book, but I'll also remember how this book made me feel. So this book, And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, it made me feel like a detective. Like, it was so fun to see each person be murdered and try to figure out who did what and look at context clues. It was just super fun. Thank you for watching until the end of my book review for Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. If you want to join me next time, I am reading either Born to Run, which is a non-fiction book about running because I'm an avid runner myself, or I might have to, because I'm short on time, finish On My Rage, which is a young adult's novel that's part of my work book club. As always, thanks for watching until the end of my videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!